Gary, going to be a $1 trillion company here soon? What do you think? We're watching it tick up. It's up about 2 1/3%. Go ahead.
I just wish my first name was Tim and my last name was Cook about this time. You know what? Look, the most important thing for me is you have a company that does around $250 billion in sales, and they're going to grow in the 30s on earnings and in the high teens on sales. That's just an amazing story. And the fact that they're upping the numbers, we're not even into the Christmas quarter yet when they really go nuts. So, you know, very good stuff from this company. The big question is the stock in that growth has been getting hit the last few days. So I wouldn't bet against the fact they sell it off for now, but I think it's going to go higher in time. These are really good numbers.
Go ahead, David.
Yeah, we were very interested in what was going to be happening in China. We talked about how we might affect China. Well, China, the revenue is up 19%. And again, Lance can talk to that. It's 19% increase in revenue.
Yeah, Lance, what do you think about that?
Well, even though they're apparently losing market share on the phone side in China, they're still growing. You know, they're still, you know, and that's really important because obviously there are headwinds for a lot of companies in China right now and a lot of concerns. But for Apple, maybe not so much. I can't wait, by the way, to hear what Tim Cook says on the call, because that
was my next question. You jumped ahead because I wanted to ask everybody, what would you ask on the call? What is the most important thing that you want to hear about, James?
I'd be wondering about capital expenditures. They've obviously been buying back a lot of stock, but would like to see if Apple, as it with so many other companies, is still reacting to that big tax change by wanting to invest more in the U.S.
Lenore, what would be your first question on the call? What are you listening for?
Well, my focus really is not just the next quarter. I'm looking more at what's going to be coming many quarters ahead with 5G, because there's going to be a really impressive forced upgrade there.
Gary?
Very simply, what's 11 looking like? You know, they are as good as what the next item is going to be. For me, I'm all about product, and so far they've delivered, and so far the consumer continues to buy.
Yeah, David,
you know, just to show how quickly technology is changing, anybody who has an old phone or an old device can identify with this. You kind of get attached to them, but they're not selling. The Macs are down. The revenue is down on Macs 5%, and the revenue is down on iPads 5%. So, believe it or not, the iPad is becoming old technology.
Lance, you're shaking your head.
Well, they're going to update the iPad. There's going to be some big changes this fall. And if I were going to ask Tim Cook a question, I'd say, how big is your fall going to be? How many big products, big changes? Because he always says something, some critical sentence that sets us up for what kind of product year we're going to have, because this is the critical time.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, all eyes are on iPhone sales. We hit the streets to see what's most important to consumers. Take a listen.
What do you hope to see in the new devices?
A better camera.
Plain glass maybe, so it doesn't actually break. For $1,000, you shouldn't have to get a new phone every few months.
Lower plan.
I had no problem switching from Apple to Samsung.
I don't like the iPhone. Android all the way.
What would it take for you to switch from the Apple iPhone to another smartphone?
Nothing. I wouldn't do it.
No, nothing. My husband tried to talk me into getting an Android, and no.
I'd have to confer with my wife on that one. She's my IT specialist. I'm an Apple type of guy.
He's going to blame his wife for it. Lance, what do you think? I mean, there's a lot of loyalty. In my house, we resisted Apple. We tried it. Kids came along. Now every single thing everywhere, it's Apple. You get addicted to it. You're in the ecosystem.
Right.
They don't let go of you once they have you.
Right. Well, you've got it right there. It's the ecosystem. It's like, how many different Apple products do you have? You've got the Apple Watch. You've got the iPhone. You've got Apple TV. And this fall, we're going to have a whole bunch of Apple-created content. So they really pull you into the world, and it's easier to stay there. Samsung tries to do the same thing, but it hasn't quite pulled off that trick yet. Not that they're not doing well worldwide, because they are, but once you're in Apple world, you tend to stay, and you just keep paying more into their services, which is the business.
Susan? You have more?
So we're looking at, I guess, Apple getting ever closer to that $1 trillion mark. 3 million shares have traded hands in the after-hour session. We're up 2.5%. That's pretty decent volume buying into Apple right now on the back of these very strong forecasts and numbers.
Yeah.
Wow. By the way, we're $8 away. You have to add $8 to the stock, and you'd be at the $1 trillion mark. So that's certainly doable if these numbers keep holding up and people want to buy into it. But it does depend on the overall market. And as Lance was saying, I think we need to hear from the chairman about what's going to happen in the future. What kind of products? Just they're not going to give any details, but just little hints, right, Lance?
Yeah, of course. I mean, and the analysts will keep asking the questions, but he always says something. You know, they're actually those sentences when he explains what kind of product year it's going to be, they're usually on point. Like they actually give you an idea of just how big it's going to be, how many different categories it's going to touch. It is like reading tea leaves. You have to listen carefully, but there's a lot of information that comes out of that call, that earnings call, that is so useful. And I just think this is a big year. This is another important year because they're going to double down on the iPhone 10 technology. It's going to spread throughout the ecosystem of phones, and that's kind of the stuff we're going to be looking for in this call.
Can I just ask Gary, what about technology in general? There was some slippage in technology. It seems to have come back though in recent days. Is that affecting Apple's overall price?
I think that if it was 3-4 months ago, Apple stock would be up 10% in the aftermarket. There's some headwinds right now in the overall group. It started last week. I think it'll continue. There's nothing wrong if the stock sits for a while. I do believe it's going to be $1 trillion name as you move forward, especially with this guidance. I think in the near term, though, I think most technology is probably going to sit or pull back at this juncture. It's normal. It's had a big run.